Hi, it's Jenny from Buggy Baby, and today we're taking a look at the Joie Signature Harbour. This retails at £315. It's part of Joie's premium range, and you can use this from birth up until your child reaches 4 years of age. So you can use this for extended rear facing. You can have it forward facing once your child reaches the right age of 15 months, or if you wish to, you can continue with rearward facing up until your child reaches 4 years of age. To install the iHarbour into your vehicle, you would need to purchase the base separately, which is the iBase Encore. And what that will do for your iHarbour is turn it into a spinning car seat. So we're going to get this out of the box, and then we can have a really good look at the features of it and see what it does. We're having a look at this in the Oyster colourway. It also comes in a black. So let's see how this comes in the box. Okay. It's quite heavy, weighs about 7 kg, so not too bad, but still got a little bit of weight to it. And here it is as you take it out of the box. So it is all set up and ready to use. The only thing you're going to need to do is purchase that base so that you can actually install it into your car. First impressions of it is really, really smart and absolutely chock-a-block of padding. So you can see straight off this is going to be really, really comfortable for your child. And because it is suitable from birth, you can see there is extra padding here, which is a newborn insert, so that your newborn can fit snugly into it. Now, as this is part of their premium range, it uses slightly different materials from the standard Joie range, and it looks more luxurious. So you do pay a little bit more for the premium signature range, but that is reflected in the features that you get and also the materials that they use. So this is a combination of a linen effect, and it is a very pale grey, really attractive colour. And you've got some leatherette piping there and also on the chest pads. And the material used is really, really soft, so snug and so soft. So you can see there that although it's slightly more expensive than you might expect to pay at £315, first off, this is going to take your child to 4 years of age, so you really do get a good amount of years of use from it. But also you can just see with the quality and the amount of padding that it is well worth that amount of money. In terms of safety, this is an I-size car seat. That means it's met the highest standards possible, so you can be really confident that your child's going to be nice and safe in there. One of the nice things about some of the Joie car seats is they have these tri-protect headrests, and inside these headrests is all sorts of extra foam and padding. And what that's going to do is if you're in an unexpected collision, it's going to reduce any effects on your child's head and spine, which is brilliant. You also have all of this side and extra padding for your newborn, and because of that, it's keeping them in the perfect position to keep them as safe as possible if you were in an unexpected collision. Now you're going to combine this with the iBase Encore, and that, as I said, is going to turn this into a spinning car seat, and we'll have a look at that in a bit. And that base connects by ISOfix, and it also has a footrest on it. So when your seat is installed in your car, it's going to be completely stable, and again, that's just going to add to the safety of it. Included with the car seat is the side impact protection. Now what you would do is put this onto either side of your car seat, depending on which side is nearest to the door, and that's just going to offer more protection again if you're in a collision. So that's included with the car seat, and you would just install that yourself. Now let's have a look here at the newborn insert. Now Joie often include, or almost always in their car seats actually, include these newborn inserts. And one of the great things about them is you can detach different parts of it as you're finished with it. So it's going to grow with your newborn. So obviously when they're first born, you're going to want all of that in there. And you can see what it does is it sits them forward and it offers them extra padding here for their head. So it will cradle their head in the correct position, make sure they're completely comfortable and that the head can't flop forward too much. And you can remove this. If we take a look here, you can remove this from the seat whenever you're ready. We'll just pull this through. And here you can see that the bits are detachable. So what you can do is you can remove that head part when you want to. And if you still wanted these side bits, you could put that back in, and this will offer extra side padding for your child. And then when you're ready, you can remove that completely. And what you still have in there is this wedge. So you do see there are the poppers. So that wedge will be attached to this newborn insert. And what you might want to do as your child grows is remove this once they're not newborn anymore. But you might still want to use this wedge to keep them forward in the car seat and keep them in a correct position. And then when you're done, you'd remove that wedge as they get bigger, and you can see here how deep this car seat is. So this is going to really be great for your older child. Obviously this goes up to 4 years of age, so one of the things with car seats is as they get towards that older age limit, they sometimes look quite uncomfortable and bunched up in their seat. Now with something like this, you're not going to have that problem because you can see how deep this seat is. It's going to keep them really comfortable in there regardless of how big they're getting. As they grow, you can move this headrest up, and as you move the headrest, the straps are going to go up as well. It's a one-hand mechanism. It's so easy to do. There is behind here a little grey clasp, which you just push in, move up, and you can see there that brings it right up. So again, as your child's getting towards that 4 years of age, you can create plenty of space in there to keep them comfortable. So I've got in front of me the base that the iHarbour sits on. So this is the iBase Encore. It's part of Joie's spinning system. So this base retails at £185, but you can put various car seats on here. So if you didn't want to start off with this from birth, which some people choose not to because they quite like to use an infant car seat with the one you can take out and carry and put onto a pushchair, and obviously with this type of car seat you can't do that. But what it allows you to do is to use either one of those infant car seats, or they actually have a complete lie flat carry cot which you can use with it. And then when you're ready, you can move on to the iHarbour, which obviously is going to take your child right up until 4 years of age. So although there is a bit of cost involved here with purchasing the base separately, hopefully it's going to be well worth the money for you because you are going to get years of use from it. Now this base will turn up the iHarbour into a spinning car seat, which is another really useful feature. And what that's going to allow you to do is obviously have your child rearward facing for as long as you want. They can be forward facing from 15 months. So if you want to have them forward facing from that age, you can just spin it round. And what it's also going to mean for you is it's going to be really easy to get your child in and out of the car seat because you can spin it towards you. When you're taking them in and out of the car, it's much kinder on your back, and it's also so much easier if you've got a fussy child who doesn't like to be strapped in. You're not having to bend round in an awkward position trying to fight the straps while you get them strapped in. So it's a nice useful feature to have. Right, so I'm going to show you how this goes on. We do need to use a little bit of imagination. I haven't got this fastened onto a vehicle seat, so it's going to be wobbling around. Obviously, when you do put it into your vehicle, it's ISOfix, and as well as the ISOfix, it's also got one of these feet, so it is going to be really, really stable once it's in your vehicle. Right, so we'll imagine it's not wobbling when we put it on. The iHarbour needs to be put onto the base rear facing. That's the only way it goes in. So let's do that. As I said, just remember there's a bit of weight to this. So if you would struggle at all with the weight, you might want someone to help you. And it's going to click down onto the base. There we go. You can hear a big clunk, so you know it's in. And the indicators on our base tell us that that's been installed correctly. The only one we haven't got green on is the foot, and that's because we haven't got the foot in place. So once you have it on the base, not only can you spin it, you can also recline the seat. So let me show you the spin first. You can see here on our iHarbour seat, there's a little button here, and you push that in and that allows you to spin the car seat round. So there it would be forward facing, and if you want to spin it back, just push that in again. It is easier than it looks. I'm making it look harder because we haven't got the base fastened in. And there you go, it would be rear facing again. Now, if we take a look at it rear facing, you can see here, this base has got a really low rebound bar. So what that will mean for your child if you want to continue with rearward facing is that they won't have this bar high up, which some other rear facing car seats have, which is going to allow them to be that bit more comfortable as they get longer legs. So it will mean it will be easier to keep your child rearward facing for longer, which is really great. Now, I'll show you how the seat reclines. We've got a little button. I'm not really going to be able to show you very well, but we've got a grey button under here. And you can see there how big that recline is. Now, this is quite different from a lot of the other I-size car seats, which have a really, not sure how to describe it, but the recline is not so much as this one is. So you can see there, if we press that back in, it's got a really deep recline. Can we do that again? There we go. Okay, it's quite a clunk. It's quite a hard button to push in, but you can see that it gives you a really nice recline, be perfect for when your child's napping. Right, let's push that back up. I'll show you how to remove this from the base. Obviously, when you use an I-size car seat, you're going to assume this is staying in the car. It's not like the infant carriers that you would take in and out of the base all the time, so you probably wouldn't have to remove it from the base very often unless you're taking it in and out of other cars. But to release it from the base, you've got this button on the bottom of the base here. You would just press that up and then the car seat comes off. So everything with this base is really easy to use. It's really straightforward. There's nothing complicated at all about it. The only thing I found a little bit stiff is using the recline when it's on the base. But I'm sure over time that will become, easy enough. You can see here, it's just quite stiff to use, but it is a really nice recline. Okay, let's take a look at the straps. So you can see here, they're really attractive with these chest pads on, which are just going to be add a little bit more comfort to your child. You can remove those, of course, if you want to, or if you need to wash them. Now, it's just standard car seat strap. So you just pop it over and pop it in. And one of the nice things about this one is you can see there it's got a green indicator which lets you know that you've strapped your child in securely. That's a really nice little feature there. And if you want to adjust your straps, it's really easy. Again, same as with every other car seat, there's a little button in here which is just under the fabric, and you would be able to make your straps bigger while holding onto that button. And then if you need to make them smaller, you just pull on this black strap here, and you can see they're coming in. A little smart touch here with the straps is that it's got a little magnetic bit on the side of the seat. So what you can do if you're struggling to get your child in when they don't want to be strapped into the car seat, which is quite often with some kids, you can actually use this little magnetic part, and you can see there it just holds it in place, so it's going to keep it out of the way whilst you're strapping your child in. That's just a really nice little touch. So that's all the features of the iHarbour. I hope it's given you a really good overview of what it does, and also just how smart it is and how lovely it feels as well. So I am a big fan of Joie products. They often are just really easy to use, and they're really good quality as well. And this is no different. The Joie Signature range in particular is really, really smart looking, and if you haven't seen the other products that are available in the Joie Signature range, I do recommend you have a look, because they do a really nice choice of pushchairs and also of car seats as well. So it's definitely worth having a look at. Although they are more expensive, you can see where your money's going, so it doesn't feel so bad spending the extra on it. But this one in particular, the iHarbour, is a really smart seat, and as I said, as it's going to take your child up to 4 years of age, you're going to get plenty of years of use from it. It looks incredibly comfortable and a really, really nice size, and it's going to grow as your child does. If you've got any questions at all, please do leave them in the comments, and thank you very much for watching.